The reason I feel like I haven't been able to take time off in the past is because I've always lived beyond my means. And this is a conversation that most entrepreneurs are not willing to have, because the way we're wired, and especially if you're into the new age stuff, you're like, oh, abundance, manifesting, you can manifest anything you want. And I do kind of believe in that. But the story of my life is I've always made goals, reached them, and then made bigger goals and gone to reach them. So what that means is I never just enjoyed the present. And also because I was making bigger goals, I would over leverage and I would be investing in the next phase instead of just living within the means of where I'm at right now. And are you ever afraid that if you take a break, you won't be motivated when you come back? That's totally me. So I just took the longest break I've ever taken in my life. Don't laugh, but it was 2 days. So technically 4 days off of working, but 2 days off of any type of obligation at all. So I don't think I've ever taken 4 days off of work. I've been an entrepreneur 24 years, and there's always this little thing that needs me, right? There's always checking in. There's always something. And I really did take the last 4 days off, and I gave my team the last 4 days off. And wow, I am so motivated today. It is Monday. I have really deeply enjoyed my calls today. And something that happened over the weekend, I got a text, and usually I only use email for work, but some people do have my number. And I got a text from someone, and she's like, hey, I want to hire a VA. Do you take calls on Saturday? And I wanted to take the call because I love helping people get virtual assistants. It's really fun. But something inside of me said I needed to rest. So I told her, no, I don't take calls on Saturdays. None of our team is working on Saturday. So I told her no, but it was really hard because I actually did want to talk to her. And I didn't realize how much I needed that time. So Saturday and Sunday, I had nothing going on. Nothing. No family things. I was just in my house by myself, asking myself what I wanted to do. So of course I went hiking, I journaled, I did yoga, I worked on my YouTube channel, which I really enjoy. And it was fantastic. And instead of me just wanting to do that the rest of my life, which I was really worried about, I was like, am I just going to want to do this and not do anything else but be alone and make all my own decisions and have nobody asking me, oh, what do you want to do? Because my boyfriend's in California visiting his family. The answer is no. After 4 days by myself, 2 days completely by myself with no plans, no, the answer is no. I don't want to just be by myself the rest of my life. I miss my boyfriend. I was so excited to do my calls. And so in my business right now, I am living below my means, and I don't need another client. I want more clients. I love helping people. I love my calls, but I don't have to have another client. So what that means is no, I don't have to take calls on Saturdays. Yes, I can take time off. And that's such a big lesson for me, is living within my means has made it so that I can rest. And then resting has made me even more motivated to work on my business. And being more motivated to work on my business, I'm going to make more money and I'm going to grow my business because I rested. And they say as an entrepreneur, you jump off a cliff and then you figure out how to build the parachute on the way down. And that has literally been me with all of my businesses. And I've always stressed myself out, and I've always been outside of my comfort zone, and it's gotten me to where I'm at today. So I'm really thankful. But if I would have allowed time for rest, I don't know, how much further would I be along right now in my businesses and my life if I would have rested before? Because the clarity that I got at the end of my 4 days last night when I was hiking, and just how simple life seemed to me, was just something that I've never gotten before. So I have taken time off of my business, but it was always to do conferences and retreats and things like that. And in conferences and retreats, you do have a lot of breakthrough, but you do not have rest. I needed rest. So my own little retreat of one this weekend. It was fantastic. I feel like I need to do it once a month. Whenever you watch successful people on podcasts and things like that, and they say, oh, I wish I would have done it this way. But the problem is most of them work their butts off and then now they're successful. And so now, of course, I'm like, oh, rest. But at the start of all of my businesses, I worked like crazy and I felt like I had to because I never had any capital. I've bootstrapped everything I've ever done, meaning I started from nothing and every little bit of profit would go back into the company. And I usually had something personal that I was doing to make money. Like I was actually doing nutrition or I was doing personal training or something to make money while building my gyms or while building my business. And then the rest of the time would be spent building the business. And it's just really hard unless you have funding to schedule in rest when you're first starting a business. So I totally get that. But I think a bigger part of the problem, and don't get mad at me for saying this. Well, you can, it's okay. When I'm triggered, it's usually a good thing. It means I have something I can work on. But in the entrepreneur's world, you see a lot of awards and things. And to get those awards, it's usually trying to get a bunch of people to vote for you, or there's a lot of work that goes into winning these awards. And for me, if we are willing to kind of let go of that side, it's like, I don't need any awards to have a really successful virtual assistant business. And what do I really want? Do I want to be acknowledged, or do I want to just have happy customers and happy team members, right? And so letting go of all of the things that I might want just because I know it's possible for me to have them and it feels good. And I'm not saying, so getting awards, it does help people think well of your business and things like that, but it's a lot of work. So right now, anything that is presented to me, like, oh, wouldn't you want to do this in order to be known as this? And it's like, well, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think it's worth it to me to trade all of that time for an award when word of mouth is getting me all the customers that I can handle. So just to give you an example, I got on a call today with someone who their friend liked my LinkedIn post, and my LinkedIn post was about our mission and our core values as a virtual assistant company. And he scheduled a call with me because he wanted to work with a virtual assistant agency who was all about taking care of their people. And that's us. So it's just me being me on LinkedIn, and I have a new potential client. That is awesome. And I'm doing things that I would want to do anyways. So what's the minimum amount of work that we need to do to get what we want? And everything that's going to take a lot of time, asking ourselves, is this really necessary? Like, do I actually have to do this in order to get what I want? These are some very, very good questions. All right, I'm going to get back to my beautiful day. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? Are you afraid to rest because you're afraid you won't be motivated later and you'll just want to rest all the time? Have you taken a rest? Where are you at in your business? I also just went off my birth control pills and I've been taking them for 20 years. And I've heard that when you're on them, it can make you more anxious and depressed too. And so I'm wondering if this amazing feeling that I have right now, if it's going to keep going because I'm off the pills. That will be interesting. Or it could just be that I rested for 4 days and did whatever I want.